So I want to make a video today about working with what you got. I'm currently a chiropractic student in my first year at Life West Chiropractic College in the Bay Area. And prior to getting into chiropractic school, I had my own business in San Diego where I was working in the real estate digital marketing space. And I saw a little success with that, traveled around the country, got to do some really cool projects with some of my best friends. And it wasn't until COVID happened where I realized that I had kind of been following the money a bit. And whenever you follow the money, you reach a point where you're questioning why it is you're doing what you're doing. And for me, I had reached this point, I had reached this threshold where all my needs were met. I had a nice car, I, lived close to the beach. Money wasn't necessarily a worry or concern to me. I'd go out to nice restaurants. It wasn't like I was super, super wealthy by any means compared to many other successful entrepreneurs. But to tell you the truth, I wasn't that happy, even though I had started my own business, gotten it off the ground within a year or two, and really found my first bit of success. So, what that business experience taught me is that no matter how much money you make, if you're not truly doing something that you find purpose in and find meaning in, you're going to be dissatisfied with what you're doing. No matter how much money you make, let me say that again. No matter how much money you make, if you don't find purpose or meaning in the work that you're doing, you're probably not going to be happy. Now, I'm not saying that's a guarantee. There are some people that work 9-to-5 jobs, make a great salary, and still have time to do whatever they want. That's one way to live your life, but that wasn't what I was trying to do. Personally, I'm someone who has to have meaning and purpose with what I'm doing. Otherwise, at the end of the day, I'm going to be scratching my head wondering, what am I doing here? Like, what's my purpose for this life? So now fast forward, I'm a year into chiropractic college, and there's a lot going on in my life. I mean, I have an extremely busy schedule, probably the busiest schedule I've ever had in my life. It's pretty overwhelming at times. I have classes from Monday through Friday from about 7:30 in the morning all the way to sometimes 5 or 6 p.m. depending. And that's not including clubs and practice groups that you do outside of the program or even seminars on weekends. So my schedule is completely packed. I barely find energy to even sometimes make myself meals throughout the day, whether it's breakfast or even coming home and making myself dinner. Basically, by the end of the day, I'm completely spent. I'm actually in finals right now for my 5th quarter out of 14. And the reason I'm even taking the time to make this video and create something is because I wanted to do just that. I wanted to start. I wanted to create something. I want to build something. And I've felt that lack of creativity in my life. While chiropractic is my future career path and what I want to be doing to help people in the world, I also need to be helping myself and creating and putting content out there because that's just the type of person that I want to be. So no matter how busy you get in your life, you need to prioritize time for yourself to do the things that you want to do that you love. For me, I realized that I really love to make videos and I love editing videos as well. And that's just something I've gotten away from over the years. I've just focused my energy and attention on other things. But I know deep down I need something to create. I need something to do. And this is my way of doing that. This is a start for me. This is just me putting something out there, which is always the hardest part for me, is just getting the ball rolling. And if you can relate to that, where you're like, man, I really want to do something, but for whatever reason, I just can't start. Maybe you're saying, I don't have the money, the time. I mean, a lot of those things, obviously, if you're super busy, it's going to be really hard. You're going to have to maybe wake up earlier. And once you do that and you create a habit, now, if you can do that for, a lot of people say 30 days, I'll say even a 1 week to 2 weeks, then you create a habit and then you can start doing it consistently and just have fun with it, because ultimately that's why you're doing it. You're not doing it for the views. I'm not doing this for the views right now. I'm not doing this for the money. No one's paying me to make this video. But the point is, start with what you got. I happen to have a computer. I happen to have a camera. And that's all I really need. I have a little bit of lighting, nothing too fancy. And it's okay to be frustrated. Like that frustration, that anger that you have deep inside of you is there for a reason. So if you're frustrated or you're angry or you're pissed off, it's because you're not in a place that you want to be in right now. That's okay. It's completely okay to be in a place where you're not satisfied, because that will light a fire under your ass to get going, to start, to just get the ball rolling and do something. To give you an idea, when I first got into photography and videography, I basically did whatever I could to learn and grow my skills. I had no idea what I was doing with cameras, but what I would do is I would actually go into a neighborhood nearby that was a lot wealthier. There was a bunch of mansions, nice cars, like Rolls Royces parked in the driveways, and I would hop the gate and I would go into this wealthy neighborhood, I won't name it, and I would take photos of the houses and basically work on my Photoshop skills. And I took a bunch of tutorials and editing courses, and really like I would take an average photo and I would figure out how can I make this mansion shot, this real estate photo, look like it was taken at sunset when I took it in the morning. So that was just something I did over and over and over again and got really good at. I'm not using that skill anymore, but if you have a goal or you have a passion or you have a curiosity or something that you just want to get started with, what I like to do is I like to look at those who are already doing it to a really high level. So success leaves clues, right? A big inspiration for this video right here is a filmmaker that my sister shared with me. His name is Dan Coe, and I really, really like his videos and just his knowledge that he brings and his philosophy with everything. So Dan, if you're watching this video, I really appreciate all the work that you've done. You've really inspired me to create my own video and get back out there and get back on the horse, which is just the hardest thing to do at times. But I believe in you, and I know that if you're watching this video, I really truly think that you can do that and you can achieve anything you want, but it will take work and dedication, and it might take sacrifice, and also you might have to look like a fool at first, right? Me creating this video, it's really awkward, it's uncomfortable for me, but all the pressure that you put on yourself is because you're looking at others and you're seeing all the success around you, because we're scanning Instagram, Facebook, blah, 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 right? And you're seeing all these people who are really good at what they do, but the reality is they didn't get there overnight. Whatever you're trying to work on, whatever you're trying to achieve, it could be better communication skills. It could be wanting to make more money. It could be wanting to get into the college that you want to get into. It could be starting your first business, a better relationship for yourself. Whatever that thing is that you're seeking, you can achieve it, but it's going to take baby steps. So don't expect everything to happen right away. And I know that's really annoying for me to say, or maybe it's annoying for you to hear that from me, but take that from somebody like myself who's extremely impatient. You have to reprogram your brain to realize that there are no quick fixes in life. And if you think there's a quick fix or there's a quick solution or a magic pill that's going to solve all your problems, there's not. Everyone in this world experiences some bit of suffering, and no matter where you are in life, you're going to experience the highs and the lows. And ultimately, what you want to be doing is you want to hopefully be going upstream rather than downstream. But it's okay. Life is not meant to be a plateau. It's meant to have some variation. So if you're watching this video, and I really hope that this inspires you, that's ultimately why I wanted to get into creating videos, is to inspire people and motivate and educate and do all those things. But I'm not going to be able to do any of those things if I don't start and I just get the ball rolling. Work with what you have, pick up whatever resources you have, whatever tools you have, whatever connections you have, utilize those. And if you don't have the money or you don't have the equipment that you need to get started with your dreams, then yeah, you might need to get a job and just make some money really quickly, save that money up, and invest it in yourself. That's exactly what I did when I started my first business. Was I went out and I literally worked for 2 years. I was working restaurant jobs that I hated. I didn't like working at the restaurant jobs, but I ultimately utilized that money and put it right back into my business. And within a year, I had that off the ground. When I got my first internship at a media company in San Diego, I was a nobody. I didn't have the skills, I didn't have the tools. I kind of just made some videos and was like, hey, I've made these cool videos. Can you check them out? I'd love to just do whatever I can. I'll grab coffee for you guys. I'll do whatever it takes just to get my foot in the door. And I met with the senior editor at the company, and he was like, yep, you're good to go. You can come in. And I worked there for a fall winter internship. And the craziest thing about that story is I literally was offered a second internship, which would lead into a full-time position, full-time salary with no degree to my name. I had dropped out at the time. So a lot of companies out there don't care if you have a college degree, or they don't even care if you have the experience, but what they do care is that you're going to put in the work and you're going to put in the time and show them that you're willing to learn and that you're a team player. I have a lot more to share and a lot more to create, so if you want to hit that subscribe button, I really do appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time.